Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Fundraising 101 webinar. We're going to give you a few helpful tips to use throughout your process that are based on research and really what have been the indicators that have worked and what haven't. So, most of us are not brought up asking for money. It can be a little bit funny and feel a little uncomfortable at first. But I think it's really important to remember to just be who you are. You don't have to change how you're talking to people or who you are as a person. No one is expecting you to be a professional fundraiser when you're raising money to support global acceptance of autism worldwide. So you can be who you are. In fact, it will make you a more effective fundraiser. Some of those indicators for success that I mentioned a few moments ago, we will address one at a time in more detail, but this is the list. So firstly, you want to share your story. What inspired you to join Skill Corps and apply to travel with the Global Autism Project? Why is the experience going to be important to you? What are you hoping to gain from it? Are you hoping for an increased perspective of autism worldwide? Are you hoping to grow professionally and meet people who are like-minded? Are you hoping to impact global change? What is the change you want to see in the world? And how does the Global Autism Project make that happen? It's important to remember when you're sharing your story that it is so much bigger than you. You know that. That's what inspired you to join, most likely. But make sure you're using language that reflects that too. How does the Global Autism Project carry on the mission of increasing acceptance and increasing access to services worldwide after the 2 weeks that you're there? How do we make this sustainable? Why do you believe in it? It's really helpful to think of a specific moment that had significant impact in your life. It's really effective. And it helps to inspire people to join the movement. Share something significant in your work life, a client that you met, that first moment when you knew that this field was for you. Tapping into those emotions of the people that care about you the most is one of the most effective ways to inspire them to join you and to encourage them to be a part of the movement as well. Think about how you can make it their story. So again, be your authentic and true self, but also bring aspects of their story into yours. Maybe they work in the field, they have a child with autism, maybe even their neighbor has autism, or do they just care about making the world a better place? Who doesn't, right? Bring it back to them. How can they be a part of this movement? How are they also a part of this community? And remember the bigger picture. It's also important to remember that your network, if they donate, they are as much a part of the movement as you are as a volunteer. Sure, you're the one there, you're the one traveling to the center and providing hands-on training, but this work wouldn't be possible without our donors and our networks. Make sure they know that they are just as important and we value them so much. Keep it simple. Simplicity is key. What is the take-home message that you really want people to remember? Also, practice your elevator pitch. Make sure that what you say is impactful, but also informative. So, what is the Global Autism Project's model? Read all of the materials, read your welcome kit, talk to your mentor about other resources. Make sure you really understand, because when you really understand the model and you really understand what you are going to be doing as a part of the Skill Corps team, you'll be able to explain it simply and in a concise and effective way. Practicing your elevator pitch is really helpful. Try to keep it under a minute because you will be interacting with a lot of people who want to hear about what you're doing. You want to be able to get your point across in a short and an effective way. So practice that using your mentors and your family as people to practice with is really helpful. Benchmarks. So sometimes that $5,000 mark can seem so far away when you're first starting. So it's really important to create smaller goals because this not only helps you break things down into more achievable, smaller goals and stay motivated, it also helps motivate your donors, and they really love being a part of it, and it helps inspire them to get you to the next goal. So if you make them public and you are posting countdown photos on your social media, you're sending emails and making your calls and just telling people every day that you work with and that you spend time with in your daily life, how close you are to your next goal, it helps to build momentum. So letting people know I'm 50 away from my first benchmark goal of $1,000, you'll be surprised, or you may not be surprised, how quickly people step up and help get you to that next goal. So really, really important and very effective method. It's also quite important to think about the language that you're using. Make sure you're using terms that have a lot of impact and are also reflective of the model of the Global Autism Project and the work that you are going to be doing. Be sure to use words like invest, donate, support the mission, join the movement, using language like we and the Global Autism Project rather than me and my fundraiser, my trip, and then thank them. Thank you, and you show how appreciative you are. Try to stay away from language like give money, support my fundraiser, help me get to Africa. And certainly don't feel like you need to apologize. It can feel uncomfortable, like I mentioned on the second slide, but you believe in this work, you're passionate about helping individuals with autism worldwide. You know that what we're doing is effective and it is so needed. And you don't feel ashamed about participating in this work, so don't feel like you need to apologize. People really want to do good in the world. They really want to support you. They're not going to be upset that you asked. They're not going to be annoyed or feel like you're bothering them. In fact, one of the majority of feedback we get from donors is that they feel so grateful to have been asked. People are really, really happy that you asked them. So don't feel like you need to apologize. You're not asking for money. You're asking them to join you in this movement, asking them to be a part of something bigger and something amazing. Just be super mindful of that language that you're using. Individualize your ask. So by using individualized asks, you'll be able to show people how they fit in to the movement. The bottom line, you're working on the same goal and you're working on a shared mission. Make sure to really change the way you're asking and be using different language and different kinds of statistics and things like that are really relevant to the person that you're asking. You're going to be using different language to your coworkers at your ABA center than you are with your college friends or you are with your neighbors or the people in your community, right? So change that language and individualize your ask to make it relevant and show people how they fit into this movement too. You don't have to be an ABA teacher. You also don't have to be a parent with a child with autism. Everyone is a part of making this world a better place for people with autism and other disabilities. Some examples: you were my college companions, you were my best friends as I became who I am today. I'm asking the 10 of you to please join me in this new journey together and give a total of $500. Can we join together one more time to do something amazing? Or, you've watched me grow over the years, you were all my soccer games, and you were there to cheer me on when I graduated. Will you take this next step with me? Will you stand with me one more time? I'm asking my aunts and uncles to please join together and collectively give $500 to our goal of $5,000 for the Global Autism Project. So as you can see, you're using different language, different points of reference when you're asking different groups of people. Persistence is so key. Don't become discouraged. Use those benchmark goals and also use social media. Post frequent updates, calls to action, tag people, challenge them to donate, consider joining the 10 Days to 5K. It is a social media campaign. It is a very intensive social media campaign, but it is so, so effective. It's called the 10 Days to 5K because if you follow the guidelines 100% of the way, people have raised $5,000 in 10 days. You can do it, and it is possible. So the key with that is that we provide you with all of the social media content that you'll need, the drafts for your letter writing and email campaign, and scripts for and talking points for conversations that you're having with donors to post frequently and effectively throughout the 10 days. We have that for you. Consider joining it. And if you want to do it on your own, have email and letter campaigns, make phone calls, and please don't be afraid to ask again. Many times, donors will maybe say that they don't have time or they're super busy, or that they'll donate later. We hear a lot of our Skill Corps fundraisers talking about how the majority of the people that they're asking, or a significant portion of the people that they're asking, are saying they'll donate later. Most of the time, almost all of the time, when you ask again, they just needed that second reminder to go ahead and do it. People are really busy and they have so much to do throughout the day. They want to support you. They just forgot. So don't be afraid to ask 2, 3, even 4 times. People will be so, so happy to help you. And the people that care about you really believe in what you're doing because they believe in you. And with those email and letter writing campaigns also, it's really, really effective if you just go ahead and draft those all at the beginning of your campaign so that they are ready to go each day when you send them. So email specifically, if you have those, the email sequence all saved in your drafts, and you can just send it to all of your contacts each day. Super easy, low response effort. Do not forget to practice gratitude. Thank your donors genuinely and often. Show them that you really, really do care from the bottom of your heart. Thank you notes, videos, and posts on social media are all very effective ways to show your donors that you care and that you're so thankful. Tagging them and shout outs on social media as well. People love that. People love to be just shown some gratitude for helping, and they love to have shown that they've helped as well. So go ahead and don't ever feel like you're thanking people too much throughout this process. It's never too much. Just all the gratitude. Just a few do's and don'ts. You can find this image in your welcome kit if you need to reference it in the future, and please do use our brand and logos. Send out an approved press release. If you're going to send out a press release, which we highly encourage you to do, to let your community know what you're doing and to invite them to be a part of it as well. But please send it our way first to make sure you haven't forgotten anything, or just to make sure it all sounds okay. We'll give you a little bit of feedback on that too. Do share images and posts from our Facebook and Instagram pages. Go ahead and just click that share button. Super easy. Everything that's on our social media is A-okay to put on yours as well. It has to have the logo, so make sure that stays there. And ask us if you want to design any artwork. We're happy to help. So if you need special content for an event or some sort of item that you're selling or anything like that, or goods and things, go ahead and send it our way and we can get that ready for you. Please, please, please use our colors and keywords. Refer to the brand book. Ask us for hex codes if that's something that you are familiar with using, to use the colors that are a part of our brand. And then share the phrases that we love. You can see the phrases that we love by following us on social media. Share those too. Autism knows no borders, fortunately neither do we. Increasing acceptance of people with autism worldwide. Those are all things that you can share. You can see that the kind of phrases that we use and the language that we use on our social media and website. Do share your story with a focus on the big picture. So again, stay away from my trip and my campaign, and really talk about the larger impact that you are a part of. Please, please, please do not refer to us as GAP. You may know of another entity known as GAP, and that is not us. So please do not refer to us as GAP. We are the Global Autism Project. Please do not use our logo on artwork that is unapproved. So if you have brand ideas for some sort of t-shirt, or you've painted a beautiful image that you would like to use throughout your campaign and your fundraising process, please don't put our logo on it unless it's been approved, okay? Please do not refer to your fundraising effort as a personal desire to travel abroad. We know we all love traveling. That's why we do it, but that's not why you're raising money. You're not raising money so people can get you to Indonesia. You're raising money to help because you have a commitment that you made to this global movement for change for people with autism, right? So make sure to just use that language and have it reflected throughout your fundraising process as well. Don't campaign as a volunteerist. If you need a little bit more information on what volunteerism is versus what Skill Corps is, talk to your mentor and they will provide you with some resources. We have a whole wealth of resources about that. We're happy to help talk about it, but let's not mislead people into thinking that Skill Corps is volunteerism. It's very different. Please don't host events that may not align with our values. You can talk about ideas in the Skill Corps group. We're happy to help. Just make sure it's something that we would be okay with. And then please don't edit, embellish, or manipulate our logo in any way. That's not okay. It is copyrighted. Please don't change it. Don't sit back and wonder. Just ask us. We're happy to help. That's what the mentors are for. That's what the Skill Corps email is for. That's what the Skill Corps Facebook page is for. So please don't get discouraged. You can do this. So many have done this. And we're all here to help. We've all been in your shoes. Okay? Questions. We welcome them. We know you're going to have them. This is a lot of information. We're always here for you. Follow these steps, please, for the fastest answers. So first, check your welcome kit. Your welcome kit has been created based on the majority of questions that we get from new Skill Corps members. So read it thoroughly, read it often, have it ready so that you can reference it whenever you need it. And if you cannot find the answer in there, go to the Skill Corps group. There are over almost 200 now members in that group, and they've all been there, or they're doing their fundraising right now. So that is really, really the most valuable resource throughout your fundraising process and your preparation for traveling with Skill Corps. Go to that group, type a question. If you're not sure if maybe it's been answered before, there is a search feature. So go to the top right-hand corner of the page and you can search the page for questions that have been asked before. Do email your mentor or chat about it on your next call. They're really here to support you. They've all actually volunteered because they want to help you so much. They loved their experience with Skill Corps, and they are just our Skill Corps superstars, and they are here to help you. And they've done it before. They've been in your shoes. Use them. They are a wealth of knowledge. Last but not least, if if you still have a question or it's kind of a unique question, go ahead and email skillcorps@globalautismproject.org and we can answer those questions for you, okay? So thank you so much for being a part of the movement. We can't wait to travel with you, and we cannot thank you enough for inviting more people to join this movement. Best of luck in your fundraising process.